I'm Dr. Sreejith and Kumar. I'm a consultant in medicine and also specializing in diabetes care. I run a center called Diabetes Care Center. I am also the past state president of Indian Medical Association of Kerala State, and currently I am the national chairman of the Junior Doctor Network of Indian Medical Association. It had been a great pleasure to interact with Mr. Vipin Chandran, who is my childhood friend, and it's extremely encouraging to note that AFCON's Health, Safety and Environment Department is coming out with such good ventures to actually make people aware about health. And awareness actually is the key, and we congratulate and compliment this initiative, and we assure that not just from my personal point of view but also from Indian Medical Association's point of view, we'll try and help you out by cooperating with you in this initiative and spreading health awareness. Today, India is the capital for many diseases, and lifestyle diseases are increasing like anything. Now, by lifestyle diseases we mean those diseases which are produced by a bad lifestyle, or in other words, those diseases which can be corrected with a good lifestyle. Mainly, this includes diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and overweight. Now, the basic reason for all these lifestyle diseases is actually overweight. We are supposed to have a good weight. The Indian Council for Medical Research has defined good weight. You actually don't even need a weighing machine to look what is a good weight. All you need is a measuring tape. With a measuring tape, you take the circumference of your abdomen at the level of your umbilicus. That is called waist circumference. Now, this waist circumference, according to ICMR, that is Indian Council for Medical Research, should be less than 80 centimeter in women and less than 90 centimeter in men. So when I say that, many of us will get astonished. What is this doctor talking about? How can it be 80 centimeter and 90 centimeter? Because we are so used to such huge abdomens. And what is producing this big stomach or the pot belly? It is the fat, the increased fat which has accumulated in our body. And this fat which has accumulated in the body is the reason for most of the lifestyle diseases. And if we can reverse this fat, if we can try and achieve a good weight or a good waist, then we will be able to reverse either the disease or the trend for the disease. That means if someone already has a disease, it can be definitely controlled, and if someone is about to develop the disease, and most of us are going to have any of these lifestyle diseases like hypertension or diabetes or cholesterol problems, because most of us do have that in our family, and once you have that in your family, your chances are much more. So that is why it is very important that we adopt a good lifestyle and try to become normal as far as possible. So what is a good lifestyle? It is very simple. There are just two things to do. One, we should have good food. It's not that we should starve. We can eat plenty. But the food should be good. And two, we should exercise adequately. Now, what is good food? Again, it just means two things. One, we should consume only those many calories or energy what we actually require every day. Now, if we take more calories, what will happen? There will be some calories which will be excess, or some energy which is excess, and that excess energy gets converted to fat, and fat will keep increasing, and as fat increases, all these diseases will start appearing. I told you, diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, fatty liver, polycystic ovary, a lot of things happen as an after effect of increasing fat in the body. So we should not be eating more calories than we actually require. So the first formula is, if someone has to maintain weight, then he should be taking something like 30 calories every day per kilogram body weight. Roughly translates to around 1800 calories every day. If someone has to reduce weight, then he should be taking something like 1000 or maximum 1400 calories, that is 20 calorie per kilogram body weight. But if we take more calories, then the body weight is bound to increase, and when the body fat increase, all these diseases will come in. Now the next question is, doctor, how do we control calories? Does it mean that we should not eat? No. You can eat plenty, but when you eat, make sure that you fill your stomach with low calorie food. And what is low calorie food? Water is 0 calorie, and it is very good to drink plenty of water. Then any of your fluids like black tea, black coffee without sugar, buttermilk, clear soups, and then vegetables. Vegetables are very low in calories. You can take plenty of vegetables without any oil or things like that. But other masalas and all you can put. Then comes low calorie fruits like apple, orange, pears, guava. So you can take those fruits as well. But then cut down on your carbohydrates. Carbohydrate primarily come from cereals, which means rice, wheat, millets, oats. All these are cereals. So don't lavish on them. Restrict them and try to avoid sweets. And this is not just it's not a diabetic menu. It is not for just diabetes patients. It's for everyone to follow. You can take little proteins like egg white, some chicken shreds, or some fish, some dal. All these things you can take. And regarding fat, those are all proteins. And regarding fat, it will be good to take good fat, which is unsaturated fat, which primarily comes from nuts, fish, and vegetable oils like olive oil. And however, it would be good to decrease your saturated fat, which primarily comes from things like mutton, beef, ghee, butter, coconut, and so on. So that is the formula, and to translate that simply, we can think of a food plate. So whenever we eat, take a plate and fill half the plate with vegetables and fruits. And on the other half, take half of that plate, that means quarter of the plate, fill quarter of the plate with proteins, egg white, chicken shreds, a little fish, some sprouts or dal, whatever. And the remaining one, not more than the remaining 1/4, should be starch or cereals, which means rice, wheat, tubers, and so on. So if you can cut down your cereals and also your roots, which means something like potatoes, tuber crops, potatoes and sweet potatoes. So all those things, if can be brought down, if you can cut down on your cereals and tubers and instead lavish on vegetables and take adequate amount of fruits and eat according to the food plate pattern which I told you, then we can fill our stomach as much as we want, but not worrying about the carbohydrates or the calories, because they contain very low carbohydrates and very low calories. So we are full, but at the same time fat will not increase. And similarly, it's also important to do good exercise. Exercise primarily have 4 components. One is aerobics, by which we mean all exercises which make you sweat, which make you breathless, which increases the heart rate. They use oxygen, like swimming, jogging, walking, anything, all of them, dancing. All of them are good exercises, and we should do 30 to 45 minutes of aerobic exercise every day. Now anaerobic exercise is the second thing, which is muscle building, your chin-ups, pull-ups, so all these things maybe thrice or 4 times a week you can do, but that should be after aerobic exercise. Third thing is stretches like yoga or other stretching exercise, flexibility exercises. Again, 3 or 4 times a week it can be done, but again remember, it should be after aerobic exercise. And the fourth thing is the most important: activities of daily living. So whenever we do our daily routine. Instead of lift, take the staircase. Instead of sitting and watching TV, walk and watch. When you phone, try to walk while making your phone calls. So all these things will increase your energy expenditure and help you maintain the good weight, or rather the good waist, which I told you, which is 80 centimeter in ladies and 90 centimeter in males. Now someone might wonder, doctor, I am having a huge stomach. I am having 100 centimeter, 110 centimeter. Don't worry. Whenever you try and come towards 80, 90, that means even half a centimeter or 1 centimeter if you can reduce, that will make a big difference in all the metabolic parameters. That means all these diseases are bound to improve. Now we need to periodically check up whether we are having any of these diseases. Blood sugar, we know normal sugar is less than 100 before meal and less than 140 after food. If it goes more than 126 before food and 200 after food, that's what we call diabetes. In between that, we call it pre-diabetes. So it's good to check once in a while and keep your sugar in normal level. And if your sugar is in the pre-diabetes stage, even if it is not in the pre-diabetes stage, you should be eating good food and doing good exercise. But if it is in the pre-diabetes stage, it's all the more certain that you should be doing this. And even in early stages of diabetes, if the person has diabetes for, let's say, less than 5 years or so, it's reversible if a good weight or a good waist can be achieved. But in certain cases, you would require drugs to control. In that case, you should consult doctor and try to keep a good level of blood sugar. Along with that, checking blood pressure and cholesterol periodically also is important. Blood pressure should ideally be 120/80, but never more than 140/90. And cholesterol is checked as good cholesterol and bad cholesterol. There is a test called lipid profile, and that also need to be checked once in a while. Now the bottom line is that there is a huge increase in all these diseases like diabetes, hypertension, increased cholesterol, its complications, that means heart attack, stroke, and all these, most of these are preventable with good lifestyle. And if we achieve a good lifestyle, definitely we can overcome these lifestyle burden. So let's hope that this information which has been given to you will be translated into your daily life, and it will prove to be useful, and all of us will rally with AFCON's effort for health awareness. I once again thank and compliment Vipin Chandran, who is coordinating the entire show, and wish this venture all the very best.
Think safe, work safe, stay safe. Thank you.